I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken, I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we will be talking about this series between the Mariners and the Yankees, and then we will also talk about their last series between the Yankees and the A's. Getting down to the last week of the season, right? Yankees are trying to clinch postseason play and the first place in the American League, and also the division in the AL East as well. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that you guys are showing the rest of the Refuse to Lose community some love, because we have plenty of shows that talk about all types of sports. We got CTC, Call Talking College, gives you everything you need to know about college football and college basketball. We got FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs, gives you all the details in the fantasy world. You got RBO with Vaughn, as Real Ballers Only. NBA show gives you everything NBA related. We got Dave's Doghouse. He goes live weekly. He puts players in the doghouse if they play bad, or not even just players. Or you can be a coach, you can be an interpreter, you can be anybody in the sports world. If you do something good, you'll be roaming around in the yard. If you do something bad, you'll be in the doghouse. Look out for those episodes on Wednesdays. We've got Kings Talk with Joe Jordan. That is a Sacramento Kings fan who gives you everything you need to know about the Sacramento Kings. They made a splash this offseason, so I know he's hyped for the season to come up in less than a month. And then we have In the Red Corner with Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. This is a boxing show. They go live every other Sunday. They talk strictly boxing, no exhibition matches, no UFC, no MMA, none of that, right? Just strictly boxing. Make sure you tune into that if you are in the boxing world. And then we also have new show which just went live before me. They had a great episode recapping the week in the NFL, Unfazed with Joe and AJ. They go live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Great show. Really looking forward to what that show does in the future. And then, of course, the main show, Refuse to Lose, with Joe, Tomo, and Dave. That covers everything in the sports world. We are diving deep into the NFL season right now, week 3. So it's been heavy on the topics. This week, they go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys are tuning into all the shows. If you're interested in any of the shows that I just mentioned, make sure that you click the link in the description and you can go to that show and then subscribe. don't miss another show that gets put out on that podcast. So let's get into the Yankees versus the Mariners. Game one, we have Lewis Hill going up against Brian Wu. In the top of the first, Aaron Judge hits a 2 RBI double to make it 2-0. And then in the top of the second, Aaron Judge hits a 2 RBI single to make it 4-0. Then in the bottom of the second, Jorge Polanco comes up with a solo home run to make it 4-1. In the top of the fourth, Juan Soto hits a 2-run home run to make it 6-1. In the top of the fifth, the Martian, Dominguez, hits a solo home run to make it 7-1. In the top of the sixth, Austin Wells comes up with a 3-run double, bases loaded, clears them with a ball in the right center gap to make it 10-1. Then in the bottom of the eighth, Luke Raleigh comes up with a solo home run to make it 10-2. And then in the top of the ninth inning, Oswaldo Cabrera hits an RBI single to make it 11-2, which ended up being the final score. Winning pitcher Lewis Hill, he goes 5 innings, giving up only 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3.14 ERA on the year, and his record is 14-6. Then Brian Wu ended up getting smacked around this game. He went 4 2/3, giving up 9 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 2.85 ERA on the year. His record is 8-3. And Stroman comes out of the bullpen. His turn in the rotation got skipped. Ever since Clark Schmidt came back, the Yankees have been skipping the sixth guy. Last time through the rotation, it was Nestor Cortez. This time in the rotation, it was Marcus Stroman. He got used in the bullpen, going 3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. His ERA is a 4.04, and also got the save in this game. I believe it's the first one of his career, because he's always been a starting pitcher. Yankees take game 1, 11-2. What can you say about this offense? It's rolling right now. At this point of the season, definitely need it because it's crunch time. It's crunch time right now. Yankees go into game 2 with the potential of clinching a postseason spot with a win. We got Nestor Cortez going up against Miller. In the top of the second, Anthony Rizzo hits an RBI single to make it 1-0. And then in the bottom of the eighth, Clay Holmes comes in and gives up a game-tying home run to Justin Turner, making it 1-1. And then in the top of the 10th, Anthony Rizzo hits an RBI single to make it 2-1, which ended up being the final score. You can call this the Anthony Rizzo game because he contributed all the offense. In his first at bat, Dominguez got on in front of him, then he stole second, then a base hit. And then in his last at bat, Dominguez ended up being the ghost runner, which is crucial because he's one of our fastest guys in the lineup. And then Anthony Rizzo comes up with an RBI single to give us the lead. And then you know what happened. Luke Weaver just came in and did Luke Weaver things. Dude is a stud. He's been pitching lights out. The bullpen has been extremely dominant at this point. Yankees clinch a postseason spot. Cortez goes 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. His ERA on the year is 3.77. And Miller goes 6 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, 3.06 ERA on the year. Weaver ended up gaining the win. He goes to 6-3 on the year. His ERA is a 3.02. And Snyder gets the loss for the Mariners. He's 3-4 on the season with an ERA of 1.37. And Ian Hamilton gets the first save of the season. His ERA goes to 3.97. Yankees pop bottles. in Seattle. Amazing. Stayed up to watch it. West Coast game. So it was a late night that night. Had to stay up to cover my guys. Um, and yeah, it was great to see. Jazz Chisholm was doing an interview um, post game in the locker room, and Juan Soto just came by and sprayed him with a bottle of champagne right in his eyes. He had to stop and say, "I can't see." And then Juan Soto was uh, doing an interview with Meredith uh, Marakovich, and he just stopped mid answer and started dancing with the team. Tommy Canley was going crazy. The Yankees were lit that game. Um, after that game, with the potential of doing what they had intended to do all the way in spring training. Right when this team got assembled, the goal was obviously to win the World Series, and in order to do that, you got to be in the postseason. So this was step one completed to the ultimate goal. Going to game three, Yankees looking for the sweep. We had Gilbert versus Schmidt in the bottom of the first. Justin Turner hits a sac fly to make it 1-0. Jorge Polanco also hits a sac fly to make it 2-0. Crawford hits an RBI single to make it 3-0. Was not a good start for Schmidt. He was able to get back into the groove of things later on in the game. We had Susan asking like where that version of him even came from, because ever since he came back from the IL, he's been one of the top pitchers, just like he was before he went to the IL. And then in the top of the third, Jazz Chisholm hits a 2-run home run to make it 3-2. It was funny that he hit that because he was on Instagram Live the night before when they clinched, and somebody commented, said, "Oh, you have a day game." He said, "Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna come to the field and I'm gonna play ball." And he also mentioned earlier in that live that he had a lot to drink. So and for him to be able to do that and lock in and hit the little Griffey pose, that was cool, right? Shout out to Jazz Chisholm. Keep being you, dude. Just keep being you. He's also said that he loves being a Yankee, and he can't wait to start the run for the World Series. The winning pitcher was Gilbert. Uh, he went 5 1/3, giving up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, 3.24 ERA on the year. He went 8-11 on the season. And Schmidt goes 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 2.37 ERA, and his record goes to 5-4. And Andres Munoz gets a save. He goes an inning, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. His ERA goes to 2.03, and his save was the 22nd of the season. Yankees were able to win that series, weren't able to get the sweep, but that's kind of tough when you're on the road. So then they travel to Oakland. This was the final homestand for the Oakland A's. What they were doing the post game with all the lights and commemorating the old players. They had Ricky Henderson Bobble Day during this series, and he was also an ex-Yankee. So Susan Waldman was talking about when she would interview him earlier in her career. So that was cool. Game one, we had Garrett Cole going up against Ginn. In the bottom of the fourth, Shane Langeliers hits an RBI single to make it 1-0. And then in the top of the fifth, Volpe ties it up with an RBI single. And then we had extras in this game. Pass ball scores a run to make it 2-1. Soto hits an RBI double to make it 3-1. Volpe hits an RBI single to make it 4-1. And then in the bottom of the 10th, JJ Bleday hits an RBI single to make it 4-2. Yankees end up winning that game. Garrett Cole was absolutely amazing that day. He went 9 innings, giving up only 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 3.67 ERA on the year. His record goes to 7-5. Again, he didn't get the loss. He goes 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 4.04 ERA on the year. And Luke Weaver comes in, gets the save. Going an inning, giving up 3 strikeouts. Getting 3 strikeouts, no earned runs, 1 hit, and no walks. His ERA on the season is 2.99 to get his 3rd save on the year. Magic number for the American League East is 5. 5 more wins with some Baltimore losses helps us out a lot. Game 2, Carlos Rodon versus JP Sears. In the top of the first, Stanton grounds into a double play to score a run with the bases loaded, 1-0. Dominguez hits an RBI single to make it 2-0. And then in the top of the second, Volpe just stays hot this series, going deep in left center for a solo home run to make it 3-0. And then Stanton says, Volpe, you go deep. I'll go a little bit further than you, buddy. Top of the third, 3-run home run to make it 6-0. And then in the top of the 7th, Judge says, hold my beer. He hits a home run to make it 7-0, solo shot. Volpe, ground ball, scores a run to make it 8-0. And then Torres gets an RBI single to score 2 runs. 10-0, which ended up being the final score. All Yankees that day. Carlos Rodon pitched amazing. 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 3.98 ERA on the year, and he is 16-9. JP Sears gets the loss, going 5 innings, giving up 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 4.43 ERA on the season. He is 11-2 at this point. Yankees take game 2 with the potential of a sweep in game 3. Yankees go into this game only with the magic number of 3 because the Orioles lost and we won. That put us a little closer. Shout out to Detroit. What they're doing is amazing. Incredible. I will have my boy Carl on the show. We got to set it up, but he's coming on and he's going to tell you guys on the incredible run that the Tigers have been on. If you don't know, you're missing out. We had Luis Hill going up against Estes. In the bottom of the first, Saunderstorm hits a 2 RBI double to make it 2-0. Then in the top of the second, Dominguez hits a 2-run home run to make it 2-0. That was a bomb. Aaron Judge comes up with a solo home run to make it 3-2 in the top of the third. And then in the top of the fifth, Gleyber Torres hits a home run solo shot to make it 4-2. And then Jazz Chisholm hits a sac fly to make it 5-2. What up, Carl? I was just talking about you, bro. I brought up the Tigers. I shouted them out for beating the Orioles. Definitely got to set something up for you to come on the show and talk about your boys. And then we had Noda hit a 2 RBI double to make it 5-4 in the bottom of the sixth. And then in the top of the seventh, Stanton hits an RBI double to make it 6-4. And then in the top of the ninth, Austin Wells hits an RBI double to make it 7-4. Yankees complete the sweep. Louis Hill gets the win, going 5 1/3, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3.27 ERA on the year. His record goes to 15-6, and Estes goes 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 4.99 ERA on the year. His record is 7-9. He gets the loss in this game. And Luke Weaver comes in and does Luke Weaver things. What a catch. He goes an inning and 2/3, giving up no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. His ERA drops to 2.93, and he gets his 4th save on the season. Going into the next series, the magic number is only 1. Because, again, Detroit beat Baltimore. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. We can definitely hit you up in the chat about that. Yeah. Oh, damn. That's a bomb. Yeah. Yankee sweep. Playing some good baseball right now. Granted, it was against some lesser team to get the sweep, but the Mariners are in contention, so they were playing for something. A's, they're not playing for anything right now. They haven't been playing for anything in quite some time, except for a little bet that I made preseason, but hope they continue to lose so I can win. And I can't make an episode after what this guy did. Carl, I'm glad you're here. We are going to talk about Ohtani, Shohei Ohtani, the first member of the 50-50 club. 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Right now in the season, before today's game, he's got an average of 302, 52 home runs, 123 RBIs, 55 stolen bases, OPS of 1026, 128 runs, and 78 walks. Ohtani, since the All-Star break, has the most home runs with 24 and the most steals with 32 in the entire major leagues. The only player to do that since the All-Star game started in 1933 was one of the all-time greats, Willie Mays, who passed away during the season. So RIP to Willie Mays. But he might have company in that very elite club. Yeah, Carl, man, this is his favorite player. Okay. So I gave him his praise, right? He's NL MVP. No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. Right? I've got some slack for what I'm about to say in these in the chats, right? If you don't know what chat I'm talking about, make sure you click the link in the description to become a member of the Refuse to Lose community. We got chats for every sport. We've got football, we got the NFL, we got college football, college basketball, MLB. College basketball is men's and women's. We got WNBA, we got NBA, we got the boxing chat, we got a hockey chat, we got a soccer chat, F1 racing chat. We got it all. So make sure you click the link in the description to become a member of the community so you can join, have daily debates, and just be in tune with the community. To me, this season for Ohtani is a little overhyped, right? I get it. He is injured, recovering from Tommy John. That's why he's not pitching, right? Yeah, Carl, I had to do it. But yeah, to me, I would have to say this season is a little overhyped, right? I shared something in the baseball chat a couple days ago where Otani has 53 home runs, and the MLB Instagram page made a caption with the post, and it was out of this world, and Otani's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And then they put something with Aaron Judge hitting his 55th home run of the year, and it was inching closer to, it was something like basic. It was something like, oh, he stays hot or something like that, right? It's like, I said it earlier in the season, the MLB is pushing Otani to be the face of the league. It is I get it. He's a once in a generation type player, right? We have never seen a player that goes out and can. He did it in a doubleheader last year, right, against your Tigers, Carl. He went out and pitched a complete game shutout, and then in the second game of the doubleheader, he goes and hits a home run, right? We have never seen something like that. Granted, he did have to come out of that game because he was cramping up, but we've never seen somebody with the potential of doing that. We had Rick Ankiel, who was a pitcher, and then he transitioned to an outfielder with the Cardinals. Yeah, Tommy John is the surgery with the UCL. Yep. But it was. But we've never seen a guy that can do that, right? But to me, why I say that he's a little overhyped. One, he's only hitting, right? I can't put too much emphasis on a guy that is going out there and just has to hit, right? He's got time to chill. His legs fresh every time he goes out there. That's why he's able to steal 50 bags, right? Because he can't play in the field, right? Because even if he did, he's a below average outfielder, right? He doesn't wow you defensively. He wows you with the arm because he's got an incredible arm, but his defense, very below average. But I'm not trying to take away from what this guy is doing this season. It's incredible. It's incredible, right? Yes. Yeah, 53 homers is great. It really is. But the fact that what really gets me is the fact that MLB is like pushing away like Aaron Judge. Like, this isn't like his second time doing it, and he's got a better average, and he has more RBIs. That's what it is to me. And like, I might sound like a homer because I'm defending my guy. That's Aaron Judge. That's my favorite player on the Yankees right now. He's been one of my favorite players for quite some time in the game. But I just feel like the MLB is just pushing that agenda of like, yo, look at this guy. Look at him. Look at him. Like, we get it. We get it. Otani is great, right? I'm not trying to take away anything that he's doing this season, but I just feel like it's just a little overhyped from the social media posts and all these analysts. Like, oh my God, he's out of this world. Like, okay, he's not doing anything out of this world this season, except for having he is. It's kind of crazy what he's doing. So I take that back. It's kind of crazy what he's doing. 50-50, that's unheard of, right? We had Acuna do 40-70 last year, but 50-50, it's kind of crazy. So you got to tip your cap when it's due. And look, Otani's great. He's going to go into the postseason. Carl, you know that post is going to come back if it happens, right? It's going to come back if it happens. The king of JUCO. But yeah, man, I just had to give Otani his his light. But then I also had to give my 2 cents about the whole thing, because that's just the way I feel, right? Yeah, yeah, it'll definitely be in the chats, but yeah, um, yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Shout out to you, Carl, for coming in and commenting. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. Hope you guys have a great night. Catch me next time. Hopefully, I'll have on my AL East division shirt. We run the East, because that's what we're going for. One more game. One more game. Until next time on BWT. Peace.